Hello, 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 guys, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2, and oh my gosh, where to begin. I maybe went ever so slightly overboard. Just a little bit. We are more or less gearing up for another adventure, and I'm going to be taking care of some minor objectives while I talk about this. We are gearing up for another adventure, hopefully quite soon. As such, I am doing my level best to get the Agrarian Siblings as ready as anybody else. Okay, not the least of this is generating large amounts of mana, mostly via the use of the Thermal Lilies, and for the purpose of creating mana steel armor in this case. I wanted to create mana steel Tinker's Construct weapons, but it's not going to happen. Now, the cool thing about mana steel is... Shut up, hold on. Let me see here. While I'm doing this, the cool thing about mana steel is that if you have mana, if you have mana in a container in your inventory, it will charge up as if it had the moss on it from Tinker's Construct, but for armor. So that basically makes it infinite, especially with my method of generating... Oh, I lost my last pair of boots. That's perfect. And by lost, I of course mean broke. But while it's basically an infinite source of mana, if not the best method of going about it, I suppose. A field of hydrangeas in a water pool would probably be a little quicker and or a little better, but that's not how I'm going to do things. I'm going to do things with fire and lava and death and burning, more than a little bit of each. Thankfully not on my part just yet. But there are some... There's another plant I'm looking into which might be a cool source of mana generation. But for this, or I should say in addition to this, there's a couple of things that we want to do. First of all, in order to have our armor regenerate itself, we need mana tablets. That's these things right here. And these will each store 1,000 mana. And unless I'm mistaken, what you do is you just take one of these and you would probably just throw it on top of there and it would absorb the mana. That's not what I collected all this mana right here. Look at that, that's almost 3/4. It's like 2/3, I suppose, technically speaking. That is not what I collected all this mana for, however. What I collected all this mana for, we'll be getting to in just a minute. But in the meantime, I just want to show you, that is 3 full sets of mana steel armor. Boy, did that take a while. On that note of taking a while, I have expanded. We have made a tool forge using copper. I found out you can make things... You make tool forges using metals other than iron, and oh my gosh, was that helpful. I figured out the servo problem, the piping problem, I should say, and its servos. So now this is constantly being supplied from this one alone, and it's got lava to spare. And then this is constantly piping into this chest. That's 6 diamonds, and that's after I stole 4 for the next one of the little projects. Not necessarily the next one, I suppose. One of the little projects I'll be showing you in just a bit. And every now and again, you just take a stack of gravel, put it in there, it'll automatically sift, put the items in here. Look at this, look at this. More aluminium than I rightly know what to do with. Over a stack of iron ore. Oh, yes! Yes, yes, yes. Now, something I wanted to do for this real quick, I suppose, before I make my food, is we need a little bit of a way to store excess power. And this is just one of the most basic energy cell frames, but it'll suffice. And I'm just gonna like hook it on there, and hopefully it should be able to accept from the bottom, I assume. Is that input or is that output? Is it accepting now? No? I have no idea. I'll figure that out later. That might just be because the magmatic crucible, magmatic dynamo, sorry, is always producing just enough to stay afloat. Is this my empty? Yes, this is my empty crafting table. Every other crafting table is filled with things which we will get to in just a minute. Now, before I get to anything that's vaguely important, Let's turn in something useless. This is a market. I have no idea how to use it. I have no idea what it's used for beyond seeds. And it looks like that's literally it. You can buy different types of seeds if you simply don't feel like making them yourselves. And that's, I have no problem with that. I mean, that's much better than like trying to go through and actually make each one of these yourselves. And the good thing about this quest, let me get to it. It's under Sky Farm here. Is it gives you an emerald back, which is required to make it. The other one I got is the growing slimy one. I don't really care about those, but as you can see, I got a slime tree finally growing. Let's go ahead and crack this baby open. Okay, yes, great, that's amazing. Something I will probably never use if I can help it. No offense to anybody who likes the apiary mod, I straight up do not. Just straight up do not. Where's my bread? Is my toast done? There it is. Num 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 num. Delicious toast. I probably should have waited to be another Hunger Haunch town, but nobody cares. Okay, so I have that done. Now let's move on to something else that's not totally related, because the last related subject that I intend to move on to is going to take a while. But this, my friends, is an enchanting table. Now normally, you would power an enchanting table with 15 or 16 or so bookcases. I could make that pretty easy, because you can make bookcases via Tinker's Construct patterns. So basically for the price of wood, you can make books rather than using leather, which leather is already something of an issue, and I'll be getting to that later, which is hence the cow farm I started over there. But instead of using books, I intend to use mana pylons. Now these are a little expensive. 2 gold, 2 iron, 2 diamonds, plus some mana each. But, oh my god, don't they just look gorgeous. Let me oh my god. Oh, look at that. Look at that right there in my hand. Oh, okay. Now that I'm done obsessing over that, I'm going to set up a little platform for those specifically, and we will get back to that in a minute. Now, I believe that brings us straight over to a bit of a jump cut, actually. I didn't think it would take this long. I sound like I'm gonna sneeze. Well, while I'm waiting on this, I'm gonna talk about something a little more practical. I found out that Tinker's Ladders are a significantly easier source since we have basically infinite cobble. Since we have infinite cobble, that's really easy. Oh, halfway there. Jeez, this is gonna take a while, isn't it? But in addition to that, it takes 8 pieces of cobble to make a single one of these seared stones, and so you can just always expand your smeltery with just the infinite cobble that you have. Oh, come on, 80% there. That's 4/5 of the way. Come on, 90%, 90%. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna eat another piece of bread while I'm waiting. Oh my god, this is exactly what I had planned. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so let's take this just right over to the bench here, and we're going to turn it into a brewing stand. But not just any normal brewing stand. No, why would we do something that's normal and boring and, let's face it, utterly plebeian? No, let's instead turn it into a botanical brewery. Now this rune of mana costs, well, I'll show you, 1 ender pearl and 5 mana steel, as well as some mana, of course, and a piece of living rock to turn it into a rune, and you only get 1 from that recipe. And then there's a block of mana steel here, which is in itself 9 mana steel. And each mana steel, in case you don't know, is just an ingot thrown into the mana pool. The mana pearls are just ender pearls thrown into the mana pools. And the mana diamonds, which I used for the pylons, you might have seen, if you roll back the video, you would definitely see. The mana diamonds are just diamonds thrown in here. And diamonds, as you may have seen, aren't as big of an issue as they once were. Now, I think I want to give this its own special pylon. But in the meantime, I'm just... Oh my god, look at that! Oh my god, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love you so much. Mwah. Okay, well, to make that work, obviously we need nether wart, and this is a special little dark box. Hi, bats! You're still here, aren't you? This is a special little dark box Sayu Lily made for the nether wart, and a bat spawned in it, apparently. Oh my gosh, you're just so adorable. Yes! Oh, I love bats. I love bat. I really do. The bats in Minecraft are just absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. Okay, so that's these are the thermal lilies. Normally I have lava going right here, and it's constantly feeding to this spreader and into the mana pool. I probably showed that off before. But now, besides from the brewery, which was actually the last thing I meant to do, it doesn't have an interface, interestingly enough. I think I read in this thingy, first off you need mana glass from vials, and it seems like what you do is, yeah, there we go. You add the vial to the top. So I assume that's that one right there. And then you add the ingredients on the floating little stones, and then you take the mana spreader, which I moved this mana spreader down here. It's still able to connect to most of these flowers and feed into the mana pool here. But it's also more useful for feeding into the runic altar there, which I'm not sure if I showed off when I made that. I think I have a clip or something for it, if I didn't do it in a video. But the runic altar we'll be getting to in just a moment. At the mana spreader, I can then take in bind mode, I could bind the mana pool to the mana spreader, and then the mana spreader to the botanical brewery. Let's get this off of bind mode. And that way it would fire mana at it, which would allow it to brew things like regeneration, strength, resistance, speed, fire resistance. All of these things are going to be wonderful in the nether. The fire resistance, speed, strength, and whatnot in particular. Now, in order to move on with my concept, my nether preparations, we have a little bit of... Oh my. Oh, okay, we're good. We're alive. It's fine. We have a little bit of rune making to do. Now, some of these I'm pretty sure you've seen already, so I might cut out, like, I'll show you one of each. Let's link those two, and then let's link this to that. That's not at all what I meant to do. Am I not in bind mode? Link the mana spreader to the mana pool, or to the altar, and look at how quick that's going. And it should be, let's get this off of bind mode. It should be taking it directly from the mana pool here. I don't know if like my passive mana generation is enough that... Oh, I'm gonna need the... I should have some living rock in this chest here. I need this for the runes. Okay. Yeah, looks like it's done. Oh, that's gray lightning. Interesting. And we just right-click, and that gives us 3 runes. Jeez, that was just a little bit loud, wasn't it? So I'm going to make 2 more batches of this, and the reason being is I need 9 of these earth runes. So I'll make 2 more batches, and I'll be right back when we're ready for the next type. So I freely admit, I'm not 100% sure what happened, but at least now I know what the ore kid does. You place a smooth stone next to it, and I assume using mana it turns it into an ore. Hence the copper ore I have right beneath that nice little green 52. I'm going to have to clean this up, and I might need another piece of smooth stone. So this could take a sec. Well, this is not what I had in mind for the mana steel, but I needed the coal back. And unfortunately, I wasn't gonna get it any other way, and I hope that doesn't leave me short on the mana steel, but it probably shouldn't be too much of an issue. Gotta get this piece of cobble back. And as it turns out, this is a really, really quick rune generation. Now, the next one is gonna be a rune of air. I need 2 sets of these, and this is feather, carpet, and string. This is, I gotta say, this is fun. I don't know where the mana spreader is getting its all its mana from. I can only assume it's from the Dayblooms and well, actually the Nightshades currently, because this one normally gets it from the thermal lilies. Oh no, it's drawing from the mana pool. Okay, well that's fine. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. That's exactly why I generated so much mana. Is to make this significantly quicker. Okay, you say that you haven't put yourself down, but have you? Okay, well now you have. And then 3 more mana steel. And let's just get you started. I'm probably, while the next one's cooking up, I might put some more iron ore into the... Do I have iron ore lying around? Just like a couple pieces that I could turn into... I got 2. I could turn this into additional mana steel. Might as well. All it takes is... This is really satisfying. I do it by the ingot rather than by the by the block, which you can do, but that's just because by the ingot is so much more fun. Those are our runes of air. I'm gonna move this copper ore up here. I feel really bad about having made that mana steel pick, but there just straight up wasn't anything I could do about it. Not if I wanted to not waste the block of coal and several minutes trying to harvest said block of coal. But that's life, I suppose. So once this rune of air is done, there's one last rune type to be made. I'm so glad that didn't place. Well, actually, that's not true. There's more than one rune type to be made. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about after I make more runes of fire, which you've already seen, so we will skip over that, just because you don't need to see runes of fire going at it again. Now the next thing we need is a rune of summer, and this is the most complex rune I've made so far. 2 pieces of sand, a melon, a slime ball, and then a rune each of earth and air. So I right-click that, and the rune of summer will begin to form, thankfully about as quickly as I needed it to. And as you can guess probably from the amount of ingredients in my inventory, I'm going to be making 3 of them. And oh my gosh, there has to be a better way. I feel like this is a flippin' infomercial where I'm one of those people spilling Cheetos or something all over themselves. It makes me look like I'm an idiot. And like I thought, you get 1 rune from a batch, which isn't a bad thing, I suppose. That seems kind of pretty balanced to me. And I don't think I'm even going to drain myself past a third. This is lovely. I didn't realize that I had this much power at my disposal. You are kidding me. Hi, Scody. He's a great guy. I mean, I'm sure if you're watching me, you've probably seen Scody Garbitas. If not, he's a funny guy. His reactions are just like, it's like borderline too good to be true. And if I hadn't watched the guy as much as I had, I would seriously think it was too good to be true. But he's a pretty funny guy, a real derp. If you watch his 2nd episode, you'll realize he didn't even know there was a quest book until I told him. Those authentication servers are terrible every day. Or in this case, every night, I suppose. Because it is nighttime here as opposed to... Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel. But the authentication servers, I should say, are terrible like pretty much every time. And this is night instead of my normal morning recording session. Okay. So I was going to do something next, I'm pretty sure, and it was not involving these. I'm going to be making a series of baubles. Bands of aura, which require... Oh, runes of mana. Jeez, those things are expensive. Pyroclast pendants, which is summer and fire. That's why I made these. And then also it was, what was it? Ring of the Mantle, which gives you haste. And the Sojourner Stash. And the Sojourner Stash, by the way, is what I meant when I said that I needed leather. So I'll probably have to breed those up because I've only got 6 pieces of leather here. But I'm going to brew up, and by brew up I of course mean mix up, a few more of those mana runes. Which means I'm actually going to need to make a quick run over here and grab some living rock. Actually, I only just need 3 pieces, I think. And I have an extra mana pearl on me for whatever reason, but I'm sure I'll find a use for that. And that's done already, wow. Anyway, once I have these runes of mana made up, as you see, it's just 1 mana pearl, followed by 5 mana steel. I'm gonna go ahead and put the extra one back here. We'll get to work. Actually, tell you what, there's no need to knot right now. We're gonna need these for the runes of haste. There we go. Let's just toss another piece on the... Oh my gosh. Toss another living rock on the Barbie as I alienate anybody who is from Australia. That's 4? 5. There we go. Hey, it's Uncle Scar! Uncle Scar has been my has been my wiki. Although I have to say, I figured out the servo thing without him. I'm proud of myself. I didn't ask him how to do that. I didn't ask him how to do most of the things I do, actually. Okay, so the band of aura should just be 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and by 4 I of course mean 3. And so this will supply 3 bands of aura. Let's just put that back in my inventory here. I'm going to go ahead and slip these over here. And what these do is these will create mana that'll go into the mana tablets, hopefully. Assuming I read the description right. And then this, the fire and the summer, and I think it's those right there. That gives us 3 pyroclast amulets. Next is the I think it was gonna be the ring of the who'shamacalls it. Ring of the oh geez, I can't remember. Mantle. Ring of the Mantle, which is haste for all. And now all that's left, and these are probably going to be terribly out of order in the chest when I go back. Let me see here. What was the last one that I planned on making? Sojourner Sash, rather, which is air, mana steel. Oh, I'm missing a single ingot of mana steel. I knew it. Air, I think, is in this corner, and then let's go ahead and mix up one of these. I need. Is that not right? Did it with these? Oh, they were backwards. That's funny. After I said specifically, I thought that was the right way. Anyway, and yeah, I was right. These are a little out of whack, but that's fine. I'm gonna grab the leather here. I'm gonna breed these cows up till they're I think 8 and well, I'll probably do initially just breeding enough to get the leather that I need, and then let me test this on camera so you guys will see exactly how good or bad of an idea this was. But my plan for this is I come up here where they cannot smack me, and from above I can do nothing. From above I can do nothing. I cannot breed these from above. Ow. You jerks. Get over here. Get over here and take your wheat. Oh, please don't open the door. Please don't open the door. What is it? Oh, jeez, these things hit like a truck even through iron armor. There, okay. So now that should cause them to all breed up, and I can kill 2 of them, yep. So let's kill you, and let's come over to the side here, and let's kill you. Okay, now you may be saying, but Ben, those drops are now stuck in there. Well, yes, they are. And ta-da! The drops are all now pushed. Oh! Oh my god! That did not work like I planned! That did not work like I planned! They're all out now. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh my. Oh dear, oh my. Oh dear. This is why we test things on camera. This is a disaster. This is unmitigatedly bad. Unmitigatedly bad. Okay. Let's grab the fence. And come at me, cows. Come at me, come at me. No. Dang it. And now I think I've aggroed them too, which is worse. Come at me, cows. Come on, from this direction. Come at me. Okay, I think I've only got one of the babies in. Come on, come at me, cows. Okay, I got 2 of the babies in. Ah! Words cannot describe the loss we have experienced today. Oh, bloody heck, that was 4 diamonds. That was... Right, let's get a weapon here. Let's get a weapon, some ammunition. There should still be a cow running loose. Not for long if I have anything to say about it. Oh my god. That was just absolutely horrible. Please tell me I left. Oh, I didn't leave any of the leather. Okay, it's gonna take me a while to get the last two Sojourner stashes made. Obviously, that plan didn't work. Well, today I learned not to underestimate cows, and also that apparently a mana pool only holds about 2,000, about 2,000 mana or in it. Yeah, I just drained my mana pool dry. Oh, that's gonna be a pain. Okay, I'm gonna leave off here. When I come back, the other two Sojourner sashes probably will be made. I'm probably gonna have a new set of tools. Not Mana Steel, likely. God, man, that loss. We're gonna have cows. Cows are gonna be slaughtered. The system will be improved. Hopefully, I can not die during all this. Well, that's all for now. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. To add insult to injury, I figured I'd had to do Mana Steel. Yep. Oh, look at that.